Hello everybody, J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with some more The Letter. Now, I know I've been gone for a while, about a week or so. Very busy, very busy. But now I am back, and I decided to do The Letter just out of, get us into the Halloween spirit a little bit, right? It's October, it's spooky month, Halloween's just a little ways away, right? I mean, why not? Don't get me wrong, I will be getting the other series out to you guys. Do not worry about that at all. And hey, we finished up a couple, so we're open to either start some new routes or even start some new games. So definitely look forward to that. Yeah, let's jump right on back into it. Continue. The day... well, fuck. The day after proved to be a difficult task. Oh yeah, last time we left off, there was this huge fucking scene that somebody created with Luke, and this woman came in, and she was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant with your child," basically is what she said, and she was the wife of the police, like the police commissioner, who's always been kind of like a little bit flirty with us, sort of. So it's like we've both been cheated on, essentially. And yeah, so we're gonna see how we handle it and whether it's true or not, all that fun stuff. My darling prince is a man of many connections, a man of the people. He is always talking to one person or another, and I am always left alone, unable to stay at his side at all times. It is frustrating, but I have to be understanding. Besides, I don't see why he can't just stay at home. The least I can do is to make sure I have his time while he's here, which, in and of itself, isn't as easy as it sounds. Not with that bloody valet of his turning him around. Johannes, where's my tie? I can't find it anywhere. Have you looked around your neck? It should be there if it's not on your clothes horse, sir. It isn't often that I'm awake this early, at least early enough to find my darling preparing for the day with his valet attending to him. It's an old-fashioned way to go about the morning. He's able to dress himself, after all. But he says that it really makes the day easier for him to have someone else do his tedious task, albeit with a grimace. Though if that manservant of his dislikes the duty so much, I'll gladly do it in his stead. I've got it, my prince. Come here. Well, someone's up and at them, especially early this morning, huh? Here I thought you'd been knackered by all the dancing we did last night at the party. And after that, well... A saucy little wink and a smile is what he offers me as I draw close to fix his tie. And when the valet reaches out with his perfume, I quickly take it and shoo him aside. This close, his scent fills me with the smell of white flowers, cocoa, cardamom, and almonds. It is intoxicating. And the sight of the two of us in the vanity mirror is picturesque and perfect. Can I help it if I feel a bit resentful that another person gets to do this for Luke every morning, when I could have done it myself? No, I can't. You're dismissed, Schrocken. I have this. Go on then, you'll be summoned if you're needed. There's a curious look, furrowed brows, before any sign that he cares is wiped from his expression. Very well. If you need me, I'll be somewhere that isn't here. You could have let the man do his job. And I say there's no need for him. I can take care of you just fine, my prince. Just where are you off to this morning, anyway? I hate the thought of him leaving me. It feels like an eternity without him here, in this lonely place that doesn't feel like a home quite yet. Although the mansion is really growing on me, slowly but surely. I want to be at his side, yet he fails to see such an obvious thing. Business. Where else? Why can't you just work from home? You can afford to, can't you? Business needs a firm hand and a personal touch, Buttercup. Besides, I can't stay cooped up forever in here. I'll go mad. Well, you'll come back home as soon as possible, won't you? It's so awfully lonely without you here, my prince. I could. I don't see why I should, though. This hasn't been a problem before. You know I'll come home when I come home. Just get home as soon as you can for me, won't you? No promises. It's business after all. I can't just stand up in the middle of the meeting and tell them my wife wants me home. Then forget those peasants. He stops and stares, looking perturbed for a moment before shaking his head. Is he feeling ill? That's more reason for him to stay here with me, doesn't it? I'm just being a good wife, worrying about my husband and all. Be good, dear. Stay safe. There's been all sorts of dodgy characters seen about the property. I'll be leaving Johannes with you, just in case you need anything, and to be on the safe side, okay? But I don't need the valet. I need you here with me. I'll be closing a big deal with the pharmaceutical company soon. If things go according to plan, maybe after that I can take a breather for a bit. No maybes. You have to promise me. I only need him. I'm going to be late, Hannah. The longer this takes, the later I'll get home. Fine. Shall I see you out? If that's what you want. At the front door, his valet waits, ready to accompany him for the rest of the day when he's told to stay and attend to me. I still don't like it. He looks like he doesn't either, but I ignore him in favour of the one who really matters. I hold Luke's hand in mine and give him a deep kiss. It makes my heart flutter as I see the way his eyes close during our moment of passion. Parting for air, I can only smile. Have a good day, my prince. Right, off I go. I still don't want him to leave. He should just stay. Forever. If you could let go of my hand, please, Hannah. It's just so hard to let go when I finally have him in my grasp. To watch him enter his car and leave pains me so. It leaves behind an aching, gaping hole like a hunger and a need. I'm not content until he returns. If it fits you, breakfast is ready in the parlour, madam. If anything, I'll be in a foul mood until he returns. Leave and go practice your bloody sodomy elsewhere. Peculiar. When I turn around to hiss at him to leave, he's already gone, and that suits me just fine. I want to be alone without anyone bothering me. I want to be alone with myself and my thoughts, with only these holes as company. These damned holes which will hold our memories. Just he and I. There's no one else I need but my prince. Not some cheeky servant who's just living it up because he's Luke's right-hand man. Rubbish like him deserve nothing. He deserves to be thrown and locked in the attic. Okay. For one thing, we are acting very fucking strangely. So that kind of tells me that maybe we've been possessed, potentially? Or maybe the curse of this mansion is taking us over. And also, I don't like the way that Johannes is acting. But I don't know if he's acting that way because he knows about the curse. Or if it's because maybe has some kind of agenda against me, whether that's good or bad. So, a lot of mysteries are starting to reveal themselves now. Without realizing it, my feet have brought me in here. This empty, lifeless room disgusts me. The longer I stare at it, the harder it gets to breathe, as if the walls are moving in on me. Yet, at the same time, it pulls me in. I hear a whispering, and curiosity gets the better of me as I look under the bed. There, on the far corner, a loose floorboard. The wood, despite having swelled and warped over the years, is strangely familiar, comforting in this feel. Though it's not merely what my hand searches for as I reach for it, it takes quite an effort, but soon I am able to lift it. And inside, underneath the dust and cobwebs, lies a pendant, warm and familiar. And I swear, if I just close my eyes, I can feel it beating in my palm. I feel a thrill, though I also feel like a thief for taking this. But it's mine. So without delay, I hide in our room. But it's mine. We've been fucking possessed, dude. We have been fucking possessed. Oh, shit. This is probably why nobody wanted to move in here. In front of the vanity, I see I see the ways my eyes shine as I remove the clasps of my old necklace and put on this new one. It fits a lot better than the old one. I can feel it as it weighs on my chest. Right where it belongs. Yeah. Oh, fuck. We've been possessed, dude. Oh, shit. Okay. Whoa. So, Isabella is, fucking alone in the she's trapped in the office with this ghost right in front of her right now. Hannah has been possessed. Oh god, Jesus, this is not going well. The pleasant aroma hits me long before I cross the threshold. Faint, but light and warm. A reminder of what home is. Pa's stern but commending gaze. Ma's tender smiles. The sunlight filtering through the eaves in the morning. And the distinct smell of cinnamon and vanilla as it drifts through the air every time something cooks from the room. The room. Our room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. My sister and I too, eventually. But we ain't allowed there. Not yet. Not until we're taller or older. Not until we've learned how to take care of ourselves, and not to burn our hands, or reach the cupboards without having to be lifted. But a little peek wouldn't hurt, yeah? The floorboards are colder to my feet, more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma's singing ceases. And Pa. No. Please, wait. I'll be good. I'll sleep on time. Don't go. I can't hear Pa. Damn. Not above the raucous clanging and the deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There's only the blinding fear. When my foot slips, the Red Sea that catches me is bitter and frigid, but the blood that drips in my hand is warm, warm, warm. It ain't my blood. The walls tumble, and everything goes quiet. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place, for my eyes to adjust to the relative darkness of the room. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me, and my blanket a tangled mess around my throat. Morning has not even arrived, and yet... Way too early for this thing, man. And too long. Too long since the last I've woken up drenched in my own sweat, head littered with thoughts that are gone as soon as my eyes open. All too often, only imprints and brief images are left to haunt me for the rest of the day, or until my mind forgets about it. Egad, whichever comes first. Yet vivid or not, what little I can remember does not matter. Regardless, the desperation sticks, clawing up, pushing, urging me to relive every moment, every sensation, and... There's a twinkle in Ma's eyes when she looks up from her work, flour dusting her nose and cheeks. The scent of freshly baked bread wafts from the oven as soon as Pa opens it, and the homely fragrance of honey fills the room. He reaches up to wipe the small beads of sweat away from his forehead before gesturing for me to come closer the moment he spots me on my little hiding place behind the door. I expected him to be angry, but his pat on my back when I come within his arm's reach is encouraging enough. We'll have to taste these before we try and put it up for sale tomorrow. You up for it, little man? Is it good enough? A knock cuts through the air before I can answer. Sharp, heavy, demanding, familiar. So distantly familiar. Ma ushers me out of the kitchen when Pa moves to answer it. But I know. I know what waits outside. The taste of blood in my mouth sends an unpleasant churning in my gut. Ma's apron crinkles under my tight grip. Something snaps back into place. My bed remains in an utter disarray. The walls still need a new paint job, and the wall clock ticking opposite my bed is as unsettling as ever. Ash is right. I should have already replaced it when I had the chance. You're no longer there, Zachary. Here and there, miles apart. Calm down. Breathe. The pressure of my own fingers against my temple is a welcoming sensation over the anxiety gripping me. It never really did anything to stave off the headache sure to follow after this before, but it grounds me. A little reminder that I am safe, away from the place I once called home, for Ma and Pa's. The urgency with each rap that follows finally chases away the ghosts threatening to hang around. But then why anyone thinks it's a good idea to knock at someone else's door this late confuses me. Nana would chase him off with a broom if she was here. But no matter. It's a welcome break from the thoughts about to take a morbid turn if I'm left festering. It's probably just Ash anyway, looking for a place to crash. Looking for a place to crash. Wonder of wonders why he's bothering me with the courtesy when he never did so before. Even with that hunch, though, habit compels me to check who it is first through the peephole. Better safe than sorry, they say. Except the person that greets me on the other side ain't him. Unless his hair grew longer overnight and he started wearing a ponytail, of course, which I highly doubt will happen anytime soon, no matter how funny that looks in my head. It's Isabella. I waste no time opening the latches. Isabella? It's late! There's something I can't quite pinpoint in her eyes when she looks up. Her face a pallid shade, shoulders tense, breathing heavy, with an uncontrollable shaking in her hand she's trying to hold back. Hide if I didn't know any better.
Hey, Zach. Sorry, I know it's weird for me to show up at this hour, but you were the closest to my office, and...
No. It's perfectly fine. I'm not really working on anything right now. Do you want to come in?
Is it alright? I know you should be sleeping at this hour, but I thought... I'm sorry, I just thought... I have no idea why I went here. My feet just moved on its own after I got out of the office, and... Sorry.
She trails off, her voice lost in the muggy night air. I wait for her to say more, but instead her only response is a downward shift of her gaze, back to her still trembling hands as if the motion alone is enough of an explanation. A minuscule gesture. Easy to miss if one's not paying attention. But for someone who's seen the same expression in the mirror, done the same thing too many times when the night terrors are inevitable, it's not. Hey, don't worry about it. At least you knocked. Ash just barges in here and crashes on the couch whenever he feels like it. I swear, that guy is one fine hairline away from being a criminal. Without waiting for her answer, I step away from the door and saunter over to the kitchenette. For a few good seconds, only the clinking of the plates can be heard over the constant tick-tock. Late as it may be for a snack, the familiar motions keep me occupied, steering my mind away from dangerous thoughts. Isabella's company's not unwelcome either. Whatever her reasons for showing up here at such an hour doesn't matter. I'll be damned if I just turn her away, frazzled as she is. The door clicks shut behind her when she finally enters, feet scuffling softly against the tiled floor. In all the years I've known her, she's never once lost her ever upbeat spirit. Yet in this particular moment, as she stands in my doorway, holding her arms close to herself, it's as if I'm looking at someone completely withdrawn from the person I've come to know all these years. Do you want a drink or anything? I haven't restocked my food stash yet, so ingredients may be a bit limited, but I'm sure I can whip something up with what I have here.
Just water will do, please. Thanks, Zach.
What? No additional food requests? That's new. I'll put something together for you anyway. And feel free to make yourself at home. You ain't exactly a new visitor here, although my room's not as at its most presentable right now, sorry. New freelance gigs and such. Didn't have time to fix things up here lately.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Usually she'd have something more to say about that. A quip, a witty remark to provoke a laughter or two. Nothing from her this time. Only a weak smile before she takes a seat on the couch, and a silence that stretches out until what we left hanging feels disconcerting. Before everything turns stifling and awkward, I continue talking, if only to keep the dead air at bay. How's one supposed to keep a conversation going when the person you're talking to is like this? Anyway, gigs. Can you believe this one client we got? Boss had all my scheduled shoots shifted after they caught wind of this couple buying a new property. Man, must be nice to have all the money in the world. The world itself moves for you, huh? She's curled up on one side of the couch and hugging her knees close when I bring the tray carrying the sandwiches and the water she requested. She starts to straighten up as I'm unloading the contents, but pauses as soon as I hold my hand in a halting gesture. You're a guest. Didn't I say you're free to make yourself at home? Here's your water. Careful. The tremor in her hands, though lighter now, still hasn't subsided when she reaches out for the glass. I give her a questioning look, but she's quick to avert her eyes, keeping herself occupied by taking small gulps of water. Maybe she just doesn't want me asking questions. Worrying. This sudden loss for words, this bout of quiet not normally present in our chats. Even the creaking of the old chair when I casually take the seat is a welcome break. Although the company's familiar, this has gone way past unnerving. What happened? Overtime at work? She doesn't answer immediately. Another gulp drains her glass of its remaining contents. One would think it would be enough to help her recover, yet she doesn't lose her taut grip on the glass as she cradles it on her lap. Her eyes take an unfocused gaze when she speaks again.
Yeah. Boss handed me extra work today. After what happened. To Rose.
Rose? Why do I feel like you've mentioned her before? Sorry, I'm better with remembering faces than names.
She was my coworker. That'll take some getting used to. I was just talking to her the other day.
Was? Did she resign or something? I think I'm missing a few details here, Bella.
You've never met her. I think I did mention her once. Or twice? It doesn't matter. You probably heard her name recently from the news than me.
Something clicks then. A little memory from the night before. The bright red light from the dark room. The strong odor of the stopped bath. The television's barely audible murmur in the background. And a glimpse of a bloody room. The news is everywhere, even in the morning that follows. I just didn't think its effects will strike someone this close to me. Oh, damn. I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, like I said, it'll take some getting used to, but it'll get better. I hope it will. Things might become a little busier for me, though. She left a lot of things unfinished, and I'm one of the few people in the office who knows how she works. Boss thinks the transition will be easier if I handle it.
Ah, that explains it. Well, just don't forget you still need to rest. Even the most hard-working people I know don't keep hours as late as this. Hell, the subway stopped running hours ago. Crime rate might be lower here than most places, but that doesn't mean you can walk around freely in the middle of the night.
It's just for today.
Still a good thing you dropped by here first. I'm not just about to let you walk out of here alone, especially not in the middle of the night. Who knows what else could happen? I'm not saying you should go right now, but I could accompany you home if you...
No! Wait, please!
The vehement tension in her voice makes me pause, and it is in this instant the mask she's been keeping up falls apart, if only for a short while. Right then and there, I understood what's hiding behind her unfocused stare from the moment she arrived. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. It's disturbing to see such marrying her usual upbeat countenance. With a sigh, I cross the small distance separating us and kneel in front of her. She doesn't flinch when I do so. However, the way she appears to make herself smaller against the couch is telling enough. Bella, this ain't just about your coworker, is it? What is this really about? I'm all ears. The sound of glass shattering rents through the air as soon as her hold on it loosens. In the span of a few seconds, her breathing grows labored.
I don't know anymore.
She clasps her hands over her ears, pressing it tightly against the sides of her head. Her voice grows weaker with each word, each plea coming out of her mouth.
Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone right now. I can't shake it off. Everywhere's not safe, and...
All right, Isabella, look at me. My hands are firm on her shoulder when I pull her up to look at me. It takes every force of will to ignore the terror in her eyes in favor of taking control of the situation. Too close. Too similar. Breathe. You're safe here. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Stay in the present. I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you. Do you want to talk about it? The force with which she shakes her head is enough reason to drop the topic altogether.
No more. Please, no more. I don't want to remember anymore.
Okay, no more talking. I won't ask anymore. Can I get you anything? Another glass of water? I think I have a tub of that pistachio ice cream you love so much. We're gonna have to clean this mess first. Will you be fine on your own for a little while? She nods lightly before retreating into herself again. No more words are exchanged after that, and I take that as my cue to start cleaning the shards littering the floor before either one of us gets hurt. The quiet hum of the AC is a pleasant distraction as I go over the menial task, more so than her ragged draws of breath or my little, feeble attempts to tell a quick story or two. But the latter does the trick, and soon enough she's already drifted off by the time I return with the promised glass of water, her chest rising and falling in a steady rhythm, the strain on her shoulders gone. Frankly, I've never seen her this still. She mumbles something I don't quite catch when I carry her to the empty bed, and hugs herself tighter against the mess of blankets. In spite of the fact that she appears relaxed, the small frown on her face hasn't quite disappeared. Whatever happened to her won't be leaving her anytime soon. But for her sake, I hope it won't stay with her long. There's still questions left to be answered, but the late hour, coupled with the sudden exhaustion, made my old couch a more comfortable bed than it typically is. Darkness immediately welcomes me as soon as my head hits the makeshift pillow. I can only wish the dreams will keep at a safe distance for now. For both of us. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're going to save there. And we're going to... We did save, right? I just want to make sure. Okay, good. Alright, jeez, okay. So, we've got some pretty, major developments here. So, Hannah has been possessed, and I have a feeling that Johanna knows about it to some degree. You know, there's no way that he doesn't have some kind of knowledge about what exactly is going on here. And it looks like Isabella thankfully survived. But, pretty understandably, she's extremely shaken up right now and has gone to Zachary for some shelter, I guess. Man, geez, okay. So now we're playing as Zach, so I am kind of interested as to what exactly the storyline with him is going to be. Because we have Isabella, who is directly involved with the house, and sold it, she was obviously in and out of it. We had the actual owners of the house, and now we have somebody who really has only been there once for a photographing thing. So it is possible that Zachary might go back to the house, and maybe we'll get to see Hannah. And this is presumably we're gonna go back there and see her all possessed and stuff. So we'll just have to see. Yeah, damn. Okay, that was really interesting. So I'm actually very excited for the next episode here. But anyways, that's going to be it from me. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on it and tell me in the comment section below what you would like to see me play next. If you enjoyed this video or any other videos or series on my channel, then I highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when one of those videos comes out. Anyways, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one.